your support. So before I go, I have to do this. Unfortunately, I don't want to introduce this person because he's better than me. You know, he's my little big brother. His name is Daph. We're of Haitian descent, so I will say it properly. His name is Daph. Okay, so in Creole is Daph. And what I will say without saying too much, because Dr. V, our department chair at Andrews University, so shout out to Andrews, would know Denard is very long-winded. Dwayne knows that Denard is very long-winded. But I can say this, there are no amount of words, characteristics that I could tell you to describe my younger brother. As you hear my voice tremble, it's because he too had a different path, Max. But what I saw is eventually his path led him to a place where we shared an apartment together. And in sharing an apartment, that's when I became more aware of the things I did not like about him and the things that I did love about him. But what pushed me over the edge is to hear my brother speak life into others by an art style called spoken word. So without further ado, I will introduce to you my favorite spoken word artist, my younger brother, who is my little big brother, Daph Fenaud.
I'm gonna clap myself on stage. Thank you, D. Much love, brother. I have the privilege and opportunity of sharing a spoken word piece for you guys. And for people who are not familiar with spoken word, one of my favorite spoken word artists, Sarah Kay, described it as poetry that begs to come off the page. So essentially it's performance poetry, if you will. And so also I have the task of fitting in with our theme of the awards and that social workers are essential. So I hope I communicate that message with you. If you love it, you like it, you hate it, whatever, hit me up. I would still love to dialogue about, that's art form of spoken word with anybody. And so without further ado, this piece is called It's Time to Eat Grandma. And the Pandemic Award of 2020 for biggest glow up goes to social workers. You went from people who only take kids from homes to essential workers. Hear me out. While we are still penny pinching ourselves, hoping to swipe, click, enter past words to wake up from an at-home office of 365 night dreams, or at worst, daymares, while some Google remedies and others search bars as we browse the backspace of our minds, 2020 still has a tab that won't close. And essentially, you are here. Essential, defined as absolutely necessary and extremely important. If I could borrow a tier from Maslow, I'd say that you are breakfast, lunch, and dinner, full course meal. You are the oxygens that make hydrogen sexy and oceans feel. You are the rest of heavy eyelids. And if you could just entertain me for a moment, you are where the money resides, where the money resides, where the money resides is. You are medical, judicial, political, international, educational, literally innovational, and then some, because every field the light touches is your kingdom. And due to the ubiquitousness of social workers, I could argue that you are essential. You are grammar, language's form of communication, but patience. To declare that something is essential requires the ability to reduce a beach of complexity into a sand grain of simplicity. It's holding vastness in the crease of your hand. It's counting the beaches by grains of sand. Food, water, air, rest. So my essential social workers, what's my essential conclusion? You are a comma, a punctuation mark used especially as a mark of separation within the sentence. You see, you turn, I don't think I can make it, period, to I don't think I can make it, comma, without getting connected with resources, comma, without practicing my relaxation techniques, comma, without someone there to mediate instead of murder, comma, without policies that inform practice, comma, 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 comma. So tonight, my comma, we applaud you because of the places you will be, the sentences you will connect, the jumbled words turn stories you will erect, the pauses you make turn to points of breaking and to a point to take breaks. The words of life you will help make sense and future shape. I pray that someone gets stuck between a rock and a social worker one day. Because the difference between it's time to eat, grandma, and it's time to eat, comma, grandma, is you. Commas save lives. Thank you.
Wow. That was amazing, Daph. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure I'm ready to